M0FXB Digital Ham Radio Diary. Welcome. 0FXB. We're just doing a bit of video on the FT3D and the FT300 side by side. So here's GM7KBK talking on the FT300.
Havoc. This is Golf Mike 7 Kilo, Bravo Kilo.
And then we'll turn it down and we'll turn it up on the FT3D. Right, oh, he's not coming back now. That's okay. So I'm just going to show you the difference between these two. So the screen size is identical, even if it's deceiving and it doesn't look like it is. They are identical, you know. So there's just then we had APRS come in on the B band, and the way you'd look at it on the 300 is you would push F, then APRS function with the knob here, then you'd go to list. No, actually go back, go to, let's have a look. Yeah, station list, sorry. Select. Then there's all, that's, oh, it looks like I've been transmitting to myself. And then if you want to select it, you would see my call sign. Now the way you'd look at that on the, let's go back there. On the FT3D is go F, and then go to station list on the screen up here.
It is 9 AM.
And then select one of them. As you can see, I'm in transmit, so I've been transmitting quite a bit. And you can select one of them, and then you get the info there. That one's just some text. If I go back, let's go up to myself. There you go. You get the whole screen with all the information. You can scroll with the knob. Let's go back to the main screen. Right, so you can see they're both dual receive. They don't receive digital on A and B at the same time, but they do receive digital on A and B, if that makes any sense, but separately. But they will receive analog at the same time as digital, so you can, it is dual receive. For example, if I turn this to my all-star node on the top half, if I can find it, trying to find some activity. Just as we look, we had some sorry, we have me transmit again there. Now if I want to select A band, I just go A like that. And we're just going to select my all-star node. Again, we've got myself transmit. I need to reduce the interval, really, that's a bit too often. Okay, we're trying to get into my node, aren't we? We've got my all-star node on the top half. On the B band, we're going to select something digital. Now use the knob on the FTM300, use the knob. Try not to get in the way. So we'll go to my DV Mega on the B band. And then we'll select B on the FT3. And we'll select the same, go into memory mode by pushing VM here. And we'll find my DV Mega that I've programmed in. There it is there. So we've got DV Mega on the B band. All-star node on the A. Now on the 300 you turn the knob up. On the 3 you've got the lower knob here. That you select, that you turn. Let's just wait for some activity now.
November 4, uniform, Victor Charlie, in 4 UVC, any stations about?
There you go.
In 4 UVC.
Now the volume, you select A and then you turn it down like so. The squelch, you push on the 300, you've got a button. So squelch, and then you can adjust the squelch. On the 3, you turn it. I'm pretty sure you push one of these. Yeah, this button here. I know it's a bit dark, but it's the one above the power. You push it, and it lights up
4 UVC.
yellow.
MW0VKD Wales. Good morning from Wales. MW0VKD.
You see, and then to get out of squelch, you just
MW0VKD.
push it again.
Hope I've got that right.
So these are coming through on my all-star node.
Uniform Victor Charlie, the name is Bob.
So whilst they're chatting, I'll just show you the main menus. So hold down F
Go ahead.
on the 300, and you'll get the main menu. I'm not going to go through them all now. I'll just show you them
VKD returning to you.
like so.
Good morning from Wales. The name here is Kevin.
All the usual APRS is in there. They both have GPS, which you can turn on and off. With Fusion radios, you do have to get your call sign in, so you've got that here, and it's you select it on the 300 using the knob, and on the 3 you can just tap it. See? You've got the call sign in there and Andy as well. So let's go back out of that. Now you have a sub menu.
Could you give it me again, please? MW0.
I would say the speaker on the 300 is a lot nicer, but it does have the bass unit behind it, the big bass unit behind it. I'll just show you that.
Yeah, it's
It's a bit dark to see, but it's the big bass unit, about the same size as the one for the Icom 5100. Anyway,
a lot of rain come through yesterday. Had to unhook.
let's have a look here. Now they both using an SCU cable. Now on the 300 it's an SCU 20, and on the 3 it's an SCU 19 or 39. They both will do Wires X PC when it's now you have to put it in Wires X mode. Trying to remember now, on the 300 you hold down these 2 orange buttons whilst turning on, and then you'll go into direct mode. I'm gonna have to try and remember how you do it on the FT3. Right, so the way you do it on the FT3, let's see if we can do this for you just so you know. I'll put it in a separate video. Is turn it off, bottom button here. Try and push the back and the X button at the same time, which is quite fiddly, but we'll do it, and then turn it on. See that? It's now in direct mode. So now, if it's on the PC, you'll be able to use this system. Looks like this, and it works very well, and you connect to different rooms and different, users. So to get it back into normal mode, it's just the opposite. So turn it off, back and X, turn it on, and we're in normal dual band mode. Now let's do it with the FT3. Trying to get a focus on here. So let's turn it off down here. Off, and then hold down the GM and the DX button. Now there are different modes you can get it into, but we're just going to do there's access mode, but for now let's just do direct mode. There you are. We're in Wires X, and that is actually connected to my PC now, so I could connect to a room now. I'll show you quickly and then we'll move back. So get you back on the PC. So just go out to one of these rooms. Here's one at the top. I'll right click, click connect, and then you get all these windows come up. And you can, when they go green, someone's talking, and when you transmit, it goes green. I'll just push the PTT. There you go. That's me transmitting on America Link. And then we can disconnect. Let's go disconnect. And then back to the radio. Now if we want to get it back into the mode it was in, we just turn it off. And then we hold down the two orange buttons again and turn on. Oops, I don't think we held it down. Did we hold it down? Yeah, no, we're back into that. Go back into memory mode on A and B. We're back where we were. They're both very nice and bright radios. You can adjust that. Try and dim it down. So I recommend both the radios. The FT3 is like having the FT300 in your hand, portable, and it just works great. So they've both got APRS, full APRS, GPS. They've both got Bluetooth, but I did have to add a module into the FTM300. Yeah, I've just realized what it is. It does come, the 300 does come with Bluetooth standard. What you need is, if you want the voice guide unit, which is the FSV-2, then you have to buy that separate, and then it will do voice announcements. Yeah, so if you if you look at the 300, and if you go A and B, see that, and as you change things, it announces it to you. And also you can turn that off in the menu settings. Go to options, highlight it in red, select options, go to voice memory, and then you've got some control here what you want to do. You can change the volume and other things. So to select single mode on FT3, you just push DISP, like so, and you also get a scope as well, which is quite cool. And then just select it again. And to get single mode on the FT3, hold down the AB button, like so, and you're in single receive. And then I think in this mode you can now select scope. So you go FCF like that, and then got some options here, and one of them is scope. Now it probably only allows it on the B band, so let's back out of that. Right, let's try the scope again. Oh, that's the wrong one, that was scan. Okay, yeah. Oh, we've got some APRS come in there. So let's get the squelch up. There you go. And let's try the scope again. No, it's not letting me, so possibly you have to be in VFO mode, so go back. We'll go to VFO mode, and then we'll try scope again. There you go. So it looks like VFO mode has to be in, well, on the FT3 you need to be in VFO mode to see the scope, but not in the FT300, which seems to be fine in memory mode. Now I've noticed if you want to see the scope on the FT3D at the same time as the same frequency are on, you do have to set that on the same frequency on A and B. Let's back out of that. So I mean, they're both lovely radios. It is quite compact, the 300. The idea is you can move the head unit round as you want. Very easy to mount. It will actually connect to the front of the base unit, which you can put underneath the car, underneath your car seat. Now, if you've got the camera microphone, you can actually plug that microphone into the head unit. I think it's the MH85. Both of these units can send photographs with the camera microphone, and it works quite well. When they're in APRS mode, they show this little circle here. Now, can you see that the FT3 has got a lock, a GPS lock, which is pretty cool. Let's see what info we get on that. If we just push the DISP button. Let's just navigate. I haven't used it for a while, so I'm remembering but how you see stuff. Push that little arrow there. Maybe you only see, there are M0FXB, so it's given my location. So my memory is that when you're receiving GPS information, you can tap the little user here, and it will give you their call sign and their distance. So we don't seem to be receiving anything at the moment. So we'll just hit that again. And look, we've managed to get the satellites come up now by tapping the little user man. You can see the satellites. Quite fun. But I know you can do a lot more with the location on this. You can do, you can set it to sort of locate a person. Now you've got these TX00 and RX00, and you can actually set them up with ID numbers. And so you could give someone else using a Fusion radio their numbers, which would come up here. And then only they would receive your information and receive you and hear you. And that, I think that's if there's quite a few of you. Now the other one is group mode. And we need to be in Fusion for that. So let's go to the A band.
Memory 184.
See if we can find a Fusion.
434.550.
You can hear it announcing now, which is pretty good. You can turn that off. I'm just going to find something. Fusion. So we'll just hit group mode here. And then we'll hit it on the FT3 as well. Oh, look, that's for putting. If you hold down group mode, then you can put in these different IDs. Let's go back. So, I'm trying to get into group mode on the FT3. Doesn't seem to want to. Maybe it needs to be on the A band. So we'll go. Let's get the. So what are we on? 180. So let's go to 180. Try the GM button again. There you are. We've gone in group mode now. Both radios. So it gets me there in the little group thing. What it does. I'm not brilliant with group mode, but look, it finds out. Lets the other anyone now that calls into this channel. There would be more red squares here, and you'll get to see their distance, and then you can contact with them direct. Now see the way the RX has come up now for receive, and we've got the number. So right now, if I key the mic on the FT3, it's going to hear me on the FT300. But if I change those TX RX numbers, it won't, and it works both ways. So I mean, there's a whole manual for this. So have a look. I'll just hit the APL. See that? This is again with the Digi ID, where you can sort of start doing DX hunting. And look, here's where you can actually send voice messages, a text type message, and a picture. See that? So these are more advanced settings, but they're definitely fun to use. And then to come out, just hit the GM button again. It's interesting that the handheld is getting the GPS lock and that the main unit isn't, but I am tucked away here in that corner of the house behind a big brick wall. So let's have a look what else we can think of. So we'll end the video, just put it back into the main menu. And as you can see, they both have SD cards. They both run full wires X mode on the PC. APRS, you see all there. Display, very nice display on both. Voice recording as well. You can program them using the SD card. The cable that comes in the box doesn't allow for the Wires X system. You do need to get the special cable. The battery life on the FT3D is very good. Obviously you don't need a battery with 300. And they're just both a joy to use. Anyone that complains about these two radios, I think are wrong, because if you think about how much ICOM equipment is costing now, and then you think that you can get both of these for under £400. ICOM stuff, as you know, like the 705, which is single receive, is £1,300, and what's the other one? If you bought even the ICOM 5100 now, it's I think new 600. So I think you get a lot for your money. Pretty much does everything you want. And if you get like a hotspot that does cross moding, like the OpenSpot 3, then you're going to be able to do DMR and D-Star with just one of these radios, and you've got the ability to connect it to a PC. They all come. I've got a leather case for this. I've got a spare battery. So I highly recommend these radios. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoy my channel and if it helps, please hit the like and the subscribe button. 7-3, all the best.